Nollywood actor, model, and singer Benjamin Joseph shared a touching story of his struggle in the US. But before we commence fully on the gist, welcome back to my page. If this is your first time of watching, you're highly welcome. Thank you for your love and support. If you haven't liked, share, and subscribe to this channel, do where to do so. And also turn on your notification bell to get notified when next we drop a new video. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your consistency. Nollywood actor, model, and singer Joseph Benjamin shared a touching story of his struggle in the US. He narrated how he became a taxi driver after relocating to the US in 2016 in an interview with Círøut Babyface. He drove cabs to pay bills after failed movie gigs. So according to him, he relocated to US after someone promised him movie gigs, but the individual later disappointed him. And people, to worsen the whole thing, the person instructed him to start paying bills in the house since he had no money to return to Nigeria, and this led him with no choice but to become an Uber driver. My people, not only that, he did several odd jobs like working in a cold room in Publix, delivering packaging in Amazon trucks, and driving Uber cabs, among others, to meet end meets. My people, make I read them as it talk. He said, "I got to America on a promise that I had some gigs waiting for me. So I thought I was going to have a soft landing there. I packed everything from Nigeria, bought a one-way ticket, and came to America. I was put in a well-furnished house and all that. Then 2 days later, the person who I was supposed to book a deal with said to me, 'Those our financiers have put out. They have an issue.' So I said, 'What do I do?' He was like, 'From next month on, you will have to start paying rent in this house.' The amount of the 1 month's rent was equivalent to a 1 year rent in Nigeria. On how he got the job as an Uber driver, he said, 'I connected to my church and then someone gave me a car. I'm like, what do I do with the car?' And they said, 'Uber.' I was driving for Uber and Lyft to pay my bills." He really suffered. Imagine someone promising you something and getting there, you could not get what the person promised you about. It can be so disheartening. Honestly, after you must have put your trust on that stuff. When you see the beautiful end result, we usually have no idea the long and arduous road that people navigate to get to their dreams. Only we dignify one from labor for living over the other. But why was there a shock reaction at Tunji's face when one says he did or does Uber? Is Uber a dirty job? Let's quit this attitude of belittling others and let people provide for their families with joy. There is dignity in labor. Never be ashamed of your craft or whatever put food on your table. And nobody cares what you do. As long as you are able to cater for yourself and your family, then you are good. Nobody cares, honestly. Everyone's profession is respected abroad. Nothing as inferiority complex. A photographer, a plumber, they can, do any work over there. Never view it with the Nigeria dimension. No one cares much about your job, but your person. Who they shame to hustle for abroad, no filmmaker more. Because the goal is to make money legitimately, irrespective of what you do. We all have stories to tell. They hear this because say evidence day. A lot of people are going through a lot, codedly, because I carry it very well doesn't mean it's not heavy. Don't be entitled to people's hard-earned money. I learned a lot from him. Life is a process. In other words, do what you have to do to make ends meet. Be at peace and watch the Lord bless you. No one can shake you for tilling the ground that will produce you your harvest. We all know that abroad go humble anyone, but it's all worth it at the end for those who endure and stay focused towards their goals. The journey to a place of purpose, greatness, is never easy, so you have to stick to it. And another thing is this: it's not all that glitters is gold. You see some person looking all amazing and you envy them, but you actually don't know what they are going through. At least he was honest to give some reality talks. Things like not having a good financial habit of saving and investment. See, making money in itself is not the issue, but what do you do with it is the main thing. I'm happy he learned it all, although maybe the tougher way. Don't compare yourself with that guy or lady on screen because he or she drives a beautiful car, dresses well. You might not be better off. Just walk at your pace and make the right financial decision and you'll be fine. So guys, let's take a look at the video, but after the video I would like you to hit the comment section. Let's know what your thoughts and contributions are. See you guys next time to Círyøut again, and thank you so much for watching. Do stay blessed. Bye.
Part of it was when he told me, said, moving forward, you have a renewed perspective. He said, when you walk into a room, never expect to be recognized. I'm like, what do you mean by that now? He said, never expect to be recognized. I'm like, okay. If you're going without an expectation, it humbles you, breaks you. You have to be broken. And so I walk into a room, never expecting to be recognized. I introduce myself. Oh, we know you, Joseph Benjamin. Like, he said, you've gotten it. Never going in feeling entitled. And then I got my first test. Beyond that, though, when I went back to Nigeria. So here I was at Intercontinental Hotel. There was something happening there. The film people was doing this Afri festival. The convener of the Afri, took me there. We had to talk and all. And then so some of these people from one of the biggest agencies here in America, CAA, they were there having talks with certain people. And then a friend of mine in industry just walked up to me. I've never I don't think we're not acquaintances. This was the first time we're meeting each other, but I'm a fan of her work. He says, Joseph, I wanted to talk to you about, the movement to America, go through the O1 visa thing and all of that stuff, And whilst we're talking, her manager walks up to us, and her manager is someone I've known years before she even tried to even get into the industry. So just hi Joseph, very casually, excuse me, and pulls her away to go and talk with the CA people. And then another, I think Shafi Bello came. A lot of the we're talking, and guess what, Teju? So we're all talking. I became invisible to everybody there. Teju broke me. Do you know what I say? I'm like, even talking about it right now, I'm quite emotional. Like this, Joseph Benjamin, this is me. Like 6 years ago, if we're standing here, the focus will be on me. Like, this is Joseph Benjamin. And no one said a word to me. They were just all catching up on the possibilities of America, yada yada yada. Then I sat back down, sipping on coffee. So one of the ladies there, she was not with CAA, but she's a filmmaker. She's Caucasian. She said to me, "You good?" I said, "I'm fine." Maybe she noticed there was something off. I said, "I'm fine." I waited. So when my friends were ready, we started going. Then this girl, just for record, her name is Ini. Let me just put it out. And we...
Ini
Dima.
Okay.
Yeah. And we walked away, and I went back to my hotel room.
The Ini is the PA or the person who came to... Or the one you were speaking to?
The one I was speaking to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whose PA came to now?
Her manager.
Her manager.
Yeah, came to
now excuse her.
Yes.
Okay.
And when I went back into my room, Círyøut, I broke down. I'm like, Lord, what is this? He said, yes, you've gotten it. This is a test. This is a test of how far you've gone. I'm like, Lord, this is me. He said, yes, welcome to your new state. So that's why when I say to you that I see things differently now, I say it from a place of experience. Because a man with an experience is never at the mercy of a man with an argument.
Sorry, say that again.
A man with an experience is never at the mercy of a man with an argument.
Okay. A man with an experience is never at the mercy of a man with an argument.
Because you speak from a place of experience, so you do not need to explain yourself to the man with the argument because he doesn't know where you're coming from.
That's awesome. Like, did you come up with that by yourself?
Apparently I don't. I did not. I give credit to who he came up with, but that has been something that has kept me going.
Okay, so for the first time, you're one of the few human beings, relative to the number of people who will walk the face of the earth, you're one of the few human beings who can now understand experientially, because you never understood it before. You heard the stories in Sunday school, but it didn't make sense to you, as it doesn't make sense to anybody who's ever heard that story. But now you understand how come the children of Israel could be in slavery and called to God for liberation, and he liberated them only for them to get into the wilderness and start complaining. Because you must have wondered before that, why would you complain? God was taking you to a better place and you guys wanted to go back. Because I never understood that wilderness story, that are these people mad? Are you crazy? You're going to a better place, so why are you complaining? But it takes experience for you to know that the road to better is through worse and through pain.